You want to make sure that your offers, results, and your messaging is SMART. What SMART stands for is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That makes a great goal. It also makes a great result for your group program. Because if you think about it, a result and a goal are pretty much the same thing. So to have SMART goals for your clients, you're really setting them up for success. Yes, it's a very basic framework, but it's popular for a reason. Welcome to Systems Famous, the podcast where we're revolutionizing the coaching industry by putting client results first. I'm Ashley Pendergraft, a systems and automation expert with over 5 years of experience in the coaching industry. Let's get into the show. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Systems Famous. I am so excited about this episode. I wanted to make this a standalone episode because I know it is something that I am going to refer back to people for months and years to come. So this episode is all about this 5-minute messaging exercise that I have all of my clients go through before they work on their systems. Now, I am not a messaging coach. I am not your sales coach, but I am a systems and operations expert. But of course, your sales and your systems work hand in hand. It's pointless to make systems around something, to make systems around an offer that isn't even selling or that you're having trouble selling. When I run my clients through this 5-minute messaging exercise, they're so much clearer on the results that they get their clients inside of their programs, which makes creating the systems and deciding what features to add to the program, what systems to create around the program to get their clients even better results. It just makes everything so much more concise and easy and clear. So I'm so excited to walk you through this messaging exercise today. So before your next big launch, it is absolutely worth revisiting and refining your offer's results and your messaging. I do not care how long your offer has been around and how many client results you've got. If you have a 6-figure group program, I still want you to go through this exercise. It is absolutely worth revisiting the result that you promise your clients. Because even if your group program has sold 6 figures plus in revenue, you may realize that your result isn't as clear as you thought. So we're going to take it back to like college, high school days with SMART goals. So if you remember SMART goals, yes, it's a little eye-rolly and productivity 101, but it's actually been so crucial to applying it to your results. As I was thinking about like the best framework to help people clear up their client results, I was trying to come up with some proprietary framework, some acronym. And then when I was thinking about SMART goals, I was like, you know what? This is the best thing to do, is to apply SMART goals to our client results. So here's what I mean by that. You want to make sure that your offers, results, and your messaging is SMART. What SMART stands for is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That makes a great goal. It also makes a great result for your group program. Because if you think about it, a result and a goal are pretty much the same thing. So to have SMART goals for your clients, you're really setting them up for success. Yes, it's a very basic framework, but it's popular for a reason. So I wanted to roll through an example for me and my group program. I believe I've done this on the podcast before, but I really wanted to have this again be a standalone episode so you can go through it and you can sit with your own program promise. I also want to share with you, as I've run this through with my clients, some of the kind of red flags that I see of some like messaging mistakes 101 for your client results and how we can really firm them up. In the spirit of transparency, I'm going to use myself as an example. Systems Over Stress is my group program. So here's my old program promise. Systems Over Stress is a 6-month group program that helps you manage every aspect of your growing group program, mastermind, or membership in Airtable. You'll completely replace your spreadsheets, improve your existing Airtable bases, and prepare your systems for your next client influx. That's fine, right? Has that program promise made me 6 figures? Sure has. Have I gotten clients results? Sure have. But here is where this program promise has capped out, if that makes sense. As I get more cold leads in my audience, they're like, what are you talking about? Because if I run this through our SMART results rubric, it just doesn't really hold up. It's not super specific. What does every aspect mean? Every aspect or everything or all, those are things that if those are inside of your program promise right now, I want you to clean it up. I want you to avoid grand sweeping statements, managing every aspect, organizing everything in your life, everything. We want those to be a little more specific. Next up, it's not that measurable. Every aspect of your group program, that's a moving goalpost, which is super hard to track. So somebody might come into my group program and they have 3 things that they manage for their group program. And we're like, yes, you can manage every aspect. And somebody might have a really complicated group program and they have so many moving pieces. And there's just a lot for them to handle. There's a lot to organize. So it's really hard to clearly define when it's done. So it's not measurable. Achievable. So we've got specific, measurable, now we have achievable. Especially for Airtable beginners, to say that they can manage everything in Airtable is just a lot to put on them. So it's not specific, it's not measurable, and it's also not achievable for a wide range of people. It is pretty relevant. Preparing for your next client influx. Yes, my people are group program founders. It's pretty specific about the who. It's relevant for the who. So that's okay. But here's the biggest one that a lot of folks mess up on is that it's not time bound. So even though it says the program is 6 months, it isn't clear whether it's going to take them the entire 6 months, 6 weeks, or even 6 days to get the results, which can be really confusing for folks. So they come into the program and some people think they're going to set it up in a weekend. Some people think it's going to take 6 months. And really, we don't have a promise that is showing them exactly what they can expect. Like I said, was this a bad program? Not at all. I love my offer. My clients love my offer. It's gotten great feedback, but I have seen, as I'm looking at my program more through a client results focused lens, that my messaging, it makes it harder than it needs to be. And I could absolutely clean this up to be more of that SMART results rubric in mind. Like I said, the old program promise, Systems Over Stress, is a 6-month group program that helps you manage every aspect of your growing group program, mastermind, or membership in Airtable. You'll completely replace your spreadsheets, improve your existing Airtable bases, and prepare your systems for your next client influx. It's fine. It's pretty vague. It's just not as smart as it could be. And here is our new refined result after running it through the SMART results rubric. Systems Over Stress helps coaches automate the onboarding, offboarding, and re-sign process of their signature group coaching program in 30 days so they can ensure a seamless client experience and double their collected client result. Y'all, that is so much better. I hope you can see the difference there, and that helps you really look at your current program promise. I wanted to share some specifics of how this has shifted. So first off, it is now much more specific. We used to say manage every aspect. Now we say we focus on onboarding, offboarding, and re-signs. That is incredibly specific. So we know that it's now measurable. Is your onboarding automated? Is your offboarding automated? Is your re-sign process automated? If it is, great, you have done it. It is measurable. It is actionable. We know that it's happened. So even just that also makes it really niche of what content I can create. This is also much more achievable. I feel very confident that I can create curriculum that even the most beginner of Airtable users can set up these 3 systems. And because this is so specific, I can now go deep instead of wide and ensure we have all the trainings that we can help all of our students, regardless of where they're at, set up those onboarding, offboarding, and re-sign processes so they get the results that they're looking for. Of course, it is still relevant and it is now time-bound. So even though the program access is longer, we have extended our program from 6 months to 12 months. We are promising them that they can get their desired result in 30 days. And I wanted to add a little caveat about the time-bound result because sometimes folks have a little bit of hesitation around offering a time-bound result. Because you'll say, oh, they're going to feel bad if life gets in the way and they can't set it up. That's why you have the 12 months of access or however long the access is. But you do want to give people the expectation that says, hey, we have seen the majority of our clients get this result in X amount of days. So if that's what you're looking for, we can help get you to that. So it just adds a little bit more. It makes the promise time bound. So if they are going into a launch, they know, do I need to buy this 6 months in advance? Do I need to buy this 6 days in advance? What do I need to do? So adding in that time bound promise for the folks who are looking for that and need some realistic grounding, it's very helpful. In your onboarding, of course, you can say, hey, if this isn't a priority of yours right now, you have the 12 months access. Put this on the shelf and come back to it in a month whenever you're ready. I hope you can see how much clearer our program promise is by just running it through this SMART results rubric. So I want you to, on a piece of paper, pull up a Google Doc, put your current program promise at the top, and make a rating. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Give yourself a 1 if you're like, yes, this feels good, it's specific. Give it a 0.5 if it's fine, but it could improve, and give yourself a 0 if it needs work. So you'll be able to really see like what your rating is, and it's going to give you really tangible places that you can workshop and improve your existing program promise. I wanted to share with you also a client example of a systems over stress student who went through our client results clinic, and we workshopped this together. So she has an amazing program called the Wedding CEO, and this was her existing program promise. The Wedding CEO is a program that helps you scale to 100K in 12 months without sacrificing your life. We teach you how to raise your prices while booking your highest package repeatedly so you can add other streams of income. This is totally fine. She has crushed it. I have seen her make so much money in this program. It's really incredible to see. But if we run it through the SMART results rubric, she gave herself a 0.5 on the specifics. So I'm able to look at program promises now and be able to truly identify like where we can tighten it up. So some places I see for me is helping you scale to 100K in 12 months. That is super specific without sacrificing your life. That was not as specific. So when we really started to massage it and work it out, how we really defined and wanted to make measurable what is sacrificing your life. With Alora's program, it was my wedding CEOs, they take on a lot of weddings. And we're like, okay, what's that not sacrificing your life wedding number? How we refined her program promise was the Wedding CEO is a program that helps you scale to 100K in 12 months with no more than 20 weddings per year. We teach you how to raise your wedding rates and add additional streams of income so you can stop sacrificing your life and spend more time with your family and friends. So really, it's slight things, but we're now saying, yes, we can now see this measurable. How many weddings per year are her clients booking? We want to make sure they're under that 20 weddings a year mark. That's also very attractive to her ideal client. Are they like, yes, I don't want to work more than 20 weddings. We can easily start to track how many weddings are her clients booking, what is the average rates that they started in the program, and what is their new rates. And there's so much numbers and data that we can play with now that we have a little bit more of a smarter program promise and smarter result. So truly, this messaging exercise will take less than 5 minutes, and it will give you so much clarity before you set up any systems, before you set up any Airtable base, before you go play with your onboarding form. The thing I'm going to ask you is, what is your program promise? And if it's not tight, if it's not as smart as it could be, I want you to run it through this rubric. So go ahead, save this exercise, go ahead and play with it today. And if this was helpful for you, I would love to hear. Go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram, or if you're watching the YouTube video, you can add it in the comments. What was your program promise, and what tweaks did you make with this new SMART results rubric? And I'd be happy to give you some feedback on it. So I hope this was helpful. I'm so excited that together we're raising the standard of what group programs can be, and specifically helping more of our clients get more results simply by tightening up our systems and tightening up the things that we promise. If this was interesting to you, please let me know. I can't wait to hear what your elevated SMART results program promise is, and we will see you in the next episode. If you're committed to getting your clients results and creating the go-to coaching program in your industry, we want you to join us. Click that subscribe button on your favorite podcast app or YouTube to see all the systems, strategies, and behind-the-scenes stories of what it takes to create the most impactful coaching program you can.